random member of the Baroque works may have just laid the final nail in the coffin of Alabaster, just as Vivi was about to encounter Koza and tell him about everything that Crocodile is doing and how the king isn't the one that caused all of these issues in Alabaster. A random member of the Baroque works posing as a royal army member shot in front of her and caused a massive dust storm, essentially, so the rebel army couldn't see her and Koza couldn't see Vivi in front of him. And they went straight past her as she was yelling towards Koza, absolutely screaming, leader, trying to get his attention so she could speak to him. They went straight past him, and it was so close, bro. Like, this was so, like, unfortunate and tense because this could have all been prevented. This whole fight between the rebel army and the royal army and the fall of Alubarna could have just been prevented if this one member of the Baroque works wasn't there. But everything was so perfectly crafted by Crocodile. He doesn't miss a trick. He knows exactly what he's doing. He planted that person there for 100%. I mean, he at least had some. I don't know how many members of the Baroque works are in the Royal Army, but I guess that was a fail-safe to ensure that something like that, if that ever did happen, he would have somebody on both sides to keep the war pushing, to keep it happening. It's just insane how far Crocodile has gone, and like his foresight is ridiculous. And that one significant moment of him shooting that bullet to stop shooting that cannonball to stop those two meeting each other could have just changed the fate of Alabaster completely. And the consequences we see are absolutely immediate. The rebel army gets straight to Alubarna and immediately are fighting the royal army, and there's bloodshed and there's screams and there's people dying straight away. It doesn't mess about with it showing us exactly what is happening. This war, the significance of it, the deaths, it's very, very apparent very quickly, and it's heartbreaking seeing Vivi's reaction to it, and the fact that one of the things she says is what she learned on the boat is to never give up. So even though she's just failed at this, stopping this war from beginning, that doesn't mean it's the end yet. It means she could still potentially, stop more bloodshed. I don't know how, because they're right in the middle of battle right now, so it's going to be even harder for her to communicate with Koza. And Crocodile's got exactly what he wants at this point. Also, poor Karoo. Karoo might be the MVP. The way that he shielded Vivi from the rebel army from getting like trampled on, I thought was amazing. Karoo is the GOAT. I love him. It seems like every time the Straw Hat Pirates make some sort of leeway towards stopping this war, Crocodile is one step ahead. Using quite a genius strategy, the Straw Hats managed to actually distract some of the numbered members of the Baroque works in order to let Vivi potentially communicate with Koza. But like I said, like always, Crocodile seems to be one step ahead. This guy has thought absolutely everything through. They just can't quite get ahead of him. And like I said, now that the war has started between the Royal Army and the Rebel Army, and the fall of Alabaster it seems imminent, So unless Vivi somehow manages to get inside of that battlefield and speak to Koza, I don't know. Even if she does at this point, I think there might be too much bloodshed to stop it. I just don't know. But everything seems to have crumbled right in front of Vivi's eyes, and I feel so bad for her. She's had to go through so much, and now she's seeing all of her countrymen, all of her people fight a war that is completely unnecessary. A war that's so misguided because of this one evil tyrant that's completely destroying it is crazy. And with Luffy seemingly out of commission, at least for now, I mean, he is conscious and he's demanding meat, which is a crazy thing to say out of context. But Luffy is conscious, but he's out of commission and he was destroyed by Crocodile. So the hope that I usually have in Luffy coming out and beating up the main bad guy is basically not there at the moment, because we saw what happened when he fought Crocodile and it wasn't pretty. So I don't know, man. It just seems like everything's gone to shit at the moment, and it is very, very intense. Like when the Rebel Army and Royal Army started fighting, like my heart was beating out my chest, man. Same as when Koza was charging towards Alubarna. He channeled his inner Erwin Smith, man. I swear to God. But yeah, this episode was super intense, and I don't know what's going to happen next, man. But I'm scared for Alabaster, that's for sure.